afternoon, everyone. My name is Janice. Groupdesk is an ERP and e-commerce solution for those of you who run group travel. My co-founder Alex and I exited tour operators, and we had a lot of dirty secrets when we left that business. The first one was that we ran too much of it offline. I'm talking pen and actual paper. This is only a few years ago. The second one was that we relied, as we scaled those companies, we were fortunate to scale them quite large, we were overly reliant on also scaling our workforce. And so it was super capital intensive. We could never hit that exit that we wanted for those companies. The last one was incredibly frustrating. There was huge errors, missed opportunities for bigger basket sizes, everything you want from a growing business. We just couldn't figure out how to unlock that in our companies as tour operators. And so this is today for those of you who have been a traveler on a group trip or run a group trip business. You know it's incredibly frustrating. There's huge brand and legal compliance erosion throughout the whole thing. You want your brand to be presented one way to travelers. We all know we kind of do this, and it's presented a different way when it gets to that traveler. We also know that you have very little control of your margin if you're a supplier on that end of things. And so we built Groupdesk to be able to work with suppliers and tour operators, knowing their pain points acutely, having realized them firsthand, to help manage their inventory and trips, help merchandise that, create a seamless, frictionless e-commerce experience for you to join that corporate trip to Vegas or just go on your cousin's wedding without having to call an agent between Monday 9 to 5. We do that for our customers in a couple different ways. It helps them result in faster sales. So getting a customer to book onto that corporate trip in a minute and a half is one of our key features. We're really proud to do that. The other one is bigger transaction sizes. We know that those upsells, add-ons, that bottle of champagne helps drive massive revenue for our partners and our clients. Being able to do that in such a way that you don't need an agent to facilitate or pitch that sale is critical. We also knew that group travel was big business. Today it's about 20% of the spend here in North America of overall travels, 25% in emerging markets. Our goal, our humble aspiration, is to capture 20% of the group travel spend here in North America, or about $31 billion. We want to be having that on our platform by 2025. Today, we've been in the market for 18 months. Today, we're processing $60 million on our platform. We are taking 1% of that today based on our functionality. As we mature, as the product matures, we know we're going to be able to increase that take. We're on track, actually, by end of this calendar year to hit 800,000 in take and 80 million, in GMV. How we do that, we take today 1% of each booking. For our customers, for them, the ROI is significantly less administration. For some of our customers, it's important to be able to shrink or contract their workforce. For others of our customers, they don't want to contract that workforce. They, in fact, just want to have those people focused on sales and marketing as opposed to filling out flight manifest Excel sheets. One customer last week just shared that they were able to take down their customer service team from 24 to 9 people as a result of onboarding Groupdesk. We want to do that for more of our customers faster. More revenue, fewer expenses is the game that tour operators in. We know that business really well. We want to be able to help them do that. Our agent interface is really built on booking travelers in less than 1.5 minutes. Again, that frictionless experience, creating consistent cash flow and predictive behaviors to tell you who's likely to cancel, and live sales reporting. Everything from a CRM built in, sales dashboard. It's fully white labeled, so the customer never hears the words Groupdesk. They hear your brand, your voice, your upsells. So putting in those things that matter to customers so that an agent doesn't have to sell that bottle of champagne. They can self-serve themselves as a traveler. Our team has built companies and exited them. To not be humble for a minute, I'm Canadian, it's our trait. We have exited companies. We know acutely our customer pain points. We've worked them for many years. Along with our CTO, we've built and scaled tech companies, and we're excited to be able to do this with Groupdesk. Today, we're raising a round of $3 million to be able to scale our business, to go into a few new verticals that we know are prime for this or underserved by technology, and we think we can help them scale their businesses faster and better. Thank you.
Thank you, Dana. Dragons?
Can you just talk a little bit about your next kind of key hires and the way you're thinking about the use of proceeds for the raise?
Yeah, so for us, because we built it as kind of with the customer lens, we knew we sacrificed at the beginning in terms of product and UX usability. So today, for example, our onboarding is 4 to 6 weeks. We know we can take that down to 2 to 4 weeks as a one pain point. We know you need to know a little bit too much about the consumer journey. Today's a little bit too manual. We know we can put some simple automation in. So really looking at how do we make it easier to integrate and onboard Groupdesk into your enterprise.
apologies if I missed it, but student travel, is that? I
That's
saw
where
that,
we
yeah,
used to be, yeah.
it looked a lot like the add-on tours too, I noticed.
Yeah, so we built, Alex and I used to be competitors, and because it was highly regulated in Canada, you end up playing very nicely with your competitors. And so we used to share insights, how do you manage in a highly regulated market together. So yeah, we used to scale companies. We were the number 1 and 2 at one point.
So I have 2 questions for you. First one is, your revenue model, is it transaction or SaaS-based? Certainly, investors prefer the latter. And then the second one was, you mentioned going into 3 new verticals with the money you're raising. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, thank you. So exactly, investors love a SaaS model. It's very sticky. It is transaction-based for us. And so what it looks like for us is we take over an enterprise's entire book of business. A lot of our customers go to a monthly paid model. It's nicer for travelers. It's nicer for cash flow. And so what we've been speaking with investors in full frankness is it behaves like the SaaS subscription model. It is not that. It is transactional. And then to answer your second question, the next 3 verticals for us, and we've started to do some proof of concepts in this space, paid proof of concepts, is we're working with 2 airlines to look at how do they outsource their group business to this kind of model to help them contract those call centers, but also take back some of their margin and brand control. And then the third one is wedding. We know destination weddings, $18 billion book of business, completely underserved by technology, complex. And so we know we can win there relatively easy. We're doing a couple scoping right now. Thank you.
Awesome. Have you had experienced any churn at this point, or how long have you been in market with this?
Yeah, in market for 18 months, no churn. But the inverse of that is, of course, it takes a bit longer to onboard folks, like to sell folks as well in terms of the sales cycle. So right now it's 4 to 6 months to get from cold to onboarding stage, and then that 4 weeks to onboarding. We take over literally from your customer acquisition to speaking right to your financial software. So if you come on with us, we're very sticky. We're hard to get rid of.
And so the go-to-market's kind of white knuckle sales outbound at this point?
You got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of competitors in this space. Can you name your top competitor and why you're different?
Yeah, so we get a lot of competitors who manage a portion of the work in the group travel space. So the ones that we hear most recently are We Travel out of Amsterdam and Moonstride. Those tend to come up more frequently in the last 4 weeks if I look at our fallout, so to speak. We're actually really friendly with the We Travel folks. We talk to them a lot, and we're looking at ways that we can either work together or outsource some of our front end or that traveler experience to parts that they potentially win at or are better at, and how do we work together with some of those people. Today we feel like we're the most robust on the market, but there's certainly solutions our customers are looking to that they think solve it better. Thank you.
Thank you, Janice.